Hola, ¿qué tal? Aquí Julio Monroy desde Delta Records en Bogotá, Colombia. Hoy tenemos una gran invitada, ingeniera, productora. Bueno, pues se van a dar cuenta quién es. Este live stream va a estar totalmente en inglés, pero tendremos subtítulos en español. Así que aquí vamos. Hey Sylvia, how are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm very excited. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Sure.
Thank you. And we are with David Sicar. Hey David, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new episode of Producing with Julio Monroy. Sylvia, thank you a lot for taking the time to do this with us. It's amazing to have you here. We actually have a lot of people saying hi to you already. Hi, Sylvia from Francisco Escobar Iron Ears is
Wow.
here.
Hi.
Hi, Sylvia, Julio, and Sig. We have Mao Mix saying you're an
Oh,
amazing
Hi.
engineer in Spanish. And Diego Castro as well. Hi, a lot. I mean, Andy
Hi.
Mantilla from
Hi.
Ecuador. Aquí Andy
Yes.
desde
that's
Ecuador.
amazing.
All
Hi.
right.
Yeah. So we had a lot of people here saying hi to you. Thank you a lot for taking the time to do this. For the people watching, remember that you can actually leave us questions through the platform on which you are watching, and I will communicate them to both Julio and Silvia. I leave you with the conversation.
Well, thank you, David. Sylvia, well, it's amazing to have you here. I have been a huge fan of your career and everything, and it's great. We have in these live streams only two mandatory questions, and the other questions are from the people who are watching, okay?
Okay.
So
Great.
I'm going to ask you the first question. Can you tell us how did you begin in this audio music industry?
Yes, of course. I used to live in San Francisco, and I was enjoying um, being a singer in a punk band, an
Oh,
all-girl punk band.
wow.
And my bandmates, one of my bandmates, we both had a job at a recording studio in San Francisco called Bear West. And I would do productions. I would do my own productions, but then other people would ask me to do their productions too, because actually, I think their productions were coming out better than mine. So
Yeah.
I gave up being the singer in the band and started doing only productions. Uh, and I did that for a while. I met some interesting people in San Francisco. One was a young guitar player named Kirk Hammett, and he was just starting with the band Metallica.
Wow.
Yeah, he was very young, and we co-produced an album together with a band called the Sea Hags. And I was in San
Okay.
Francisco, and I thought, oh my God, this is my big break. Um,
Uh-huh.
with and the record got a lot of attention. It was an independent record, but the people at Zoo BMG liked the band so much that they gave them a deal. So I thought, well, this is my big trip to now I get to produce a major
Mhm.
label album. But instead of hiring me, they went to LA and they hired Mike Clink. And Mike Clink had just finished an album by a band called Guns N' Roses, and this was the
Okay.
biggest album of the time. So I couldn't compete with that. So I figured, well, I can't live in San Francisco if I'm really serious about this. I have to move to Los Angeles. So I
Oh,
did,
okay.
and I couldn't get a job right away. So I started working at a record store called Tower Records on Sunset, and that's where I met a lot of musicians. A lot of musicians move to LA and they want to hit it big, but then they wind up working at the record store or waiting tables or something, of course. So we all got along at the record store, and I met these musicians in a band called Green Jello. And this
Mhm.
was a band that had like 10 members, and it was a comedy band, and they would do children's nursery rhymes done in with heavy metal, with a heavy metal style. And I loved doing that. So we had fun making this record. Two members of Green Jello were in another band called Tool. And so the
Wow.
drummer and the singer Maynard sang in Green Jello, but he sang one part on a Green Cello song called Three Little Pigs, where he sang "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." Anyway, but Maynard and Danny and the rest of the Tool band got together. We all worked together on a couple records. That's how I got my start, because everything kind of rolled from there. It
That's cool.
started to
Yeah,
gain
yeah.
momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, very well connected. But I was wondering before that, when you were a child,
Ah,
how,
yeah.
yeah,
I
how did you begin to like the music or?
Well, that's it. That's very important because
Hmm.
I grew up in a household that had a father who was would tinker with electronics. He was always building things.
Mm,
His stereo. He was a mechanical engineer, but he would build his own stereos. Um, so
wow.
he built his own tape recorder when I was 2 years old, and he gave me a microphone and sat me in front of the tape recorder and recorded me making noises on sound so it would repeat. So I was
Yeah,
making echoes when I was a child with a microphone. Obviously, something happened and that stuck with me. But my
yeah, sure.
mother, she was an opera singer. So I always had the classical music in the house. So with the father who was building recording equipment and the mother who was a professional singer, it was kind of a natural thing for me to fall into this business.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
now I was thinking about that. My father likes to all the technology on all about that. So that remind me of my father.
Of your father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sylvia, and so you moved from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Yeah, about which year?
This was about 1987 or 88, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then in 1989, I left Tower Records and I got a job at a place called Larrabee Sound. And this was, you know, uh, a professional recording studio in West Hollywood. And that's where I started working with Prince. So I was an assistant. I wasn't a producer there. I was just an assistant engineer.
Mm-hmm.
But I started working with these bigger producers and then these artists like Prince, Rick Rubin, uh,
Yeah.
Aerosmith, so many big artists at Larrabee. That's how I got connected into that whole system.
Oh, that's amazing. A lot of bands, my favorite bands. You have named all my favorite bands, like
Yeah,
and Kirk Hammett. Like, wow, that's
yeah.
amazing. Uh, Sylvia, and when you were an assistant engineer, yeah, how did you begin to work as an engineer or producer? How was the change from being that assistant and to grow
Well,
up?
I started as a producer
Uh
first.
huh. Uh huh.
So when I moved to LA, I had to learn how to be an assistant. So when
Ah,
you're an
okay.
assistant, you have to sit off to the side. You don't make the main decisions. You just help the main engineer. There's usually there will be another engineer on the session, and my job is to help that engineer. So I had to kind of go two steps back, or maybe one step back, in order for me to go two steps forward later. So I had to learn how to be an assistant, which was very good for me to do.
Yeah. Um, I was wondering, what do you have to change for being assistant? Like, not
Yeah.
talk about music or no, because I think it's maybe it was harder or different.
Yeah, the assisting, well, luckily I was working with people who wanted me to engineer right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like Prince, for one, he would give me opportunities right away. I was just an assistant,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to make him really impressed with my skills.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Sure.
I would spend, he would give me a job like take this and mix it for me, and I'll be back later and listen and see what it's like. And so for several songs, I did mixes for him, and uh, and he would come in sometimes. Oh God, I got a good story. Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, sure,
Mm.
sure. We are here for
He's so
that.
naughty. You know, he's so naughty. But he would have maybe 5 different studios around town with an engineer in each studio, and he would have them all working on Prince music. So I would have one studio, and I would be the person working in this one studio. He would give me a song to mix. So I got a song one day, and it was about 7 minutes long. I hadn't heard this song before. It was on reel-to-reel tapes, these big tapes, and I put it up on the tape machine and played it. It was about 7 minutes long. It was a slow, sexy kind of, Prince, like, oh, what we're gonna do tonight, that kind of thing. And so I mixed it. I did the best mix I could possibly do. I really balanced everything perfectly, put effects here and special vocal effects, and just balanced it beautifully, and spent a lot of time on it, many hours. And Prince still hadn't come back yet. You never knew when Prince was going to come. He just kind of would just show up, and you had to be ready all the time. Of course, I was getting paid the whole time, so I don't really care if I'm sitting around waiting. So I stopped mixing, and I went to sit on the couch in the lobby because the mix was done. I didn't want to ruin it by continuing. So I just sit in the lobby and wait for Prince. And finally, he shows up, and it's like 10 o'clock at night already. And he comes busting through the front door of the studio into the lobby. He knows where the studio is, but he's got a girl on his arm. She's very tall, beautiful, blonde, long hair. And Prince is kind of short, He used to wear high heels. So they go walk into the studio, and I'm following because I want to play him this mix that I've been working on all day. And he stood by the console. He knew how to run everything. I didn't need to show him how to do anything. And he looked at me, he said, Sylvia, I won't need you. And I go, okay. So I went and sat back out in the lobby on the couch, and waited for him to listen to the song, my mix that I'd worked on all day. And I could hear it through the door, the oh, baby, what I'm going to do to you tonight, that song. Aww. 7 minutes go by, the song's done. And I'm waiting, and I'm like, what's going on in there? Right? They're in there. And the song's all done, so they're not listening anymore. Okay. So they come busting out of the room, and their hair's all messed up, and their clothes are all messed up. And he just walks straight out the front door of the studio, doesn't say a word about the mix at all. So I spent all day working on a mix for Prince, just so he could get off with a girl.
Wow, that's a great story. It's so kind of weird, but yeah.
Well, I think he could do that. He could do that. He wrote so many songs. He was writing almost 10 songs a day. Complete. That's a lot. Complete, from concept, recording, vocals, mixing, boom. If he has 5 studios running, and an engineer in each studio, and that engineer gets 2 songs done a day, 10 songs a day. He was producing 10 songs a day. Boom.
So in different studios, yeah?
Different studios, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Plus he had a studio at home in Paisley Park too that was really nice.
Wow. Well, great story. You have a lot of stories.
Oh God, I have so many stories.
Yeah. Well, David Sicard is telling me that we have a lot of people who wants to say hi, right, David?
Yeah, we have people saying hi. We have people asking questions, sending fun comments as well, a lot. So we have here Jairo Sound. Hi, friends. From Colombia, we have Sylvia. I follow you since 2018. Your productions are amazing and unique, says Francisco Escobar. Oh my God, this is amazing, says From Us to the World. We have here Natalie Castro from Antelope Audio. Sylvia, you're a legend. So happy to see you in Delta Records sessions.
Love Antelope.
We love Antelope, yeah. We use Antelope.
All the time.
So Francisco is telling you, I listened the Manolords release. Sounds incredible because I follow the process in your studio. He's telling us that. And Natalie from Antelope has a question for you. What do you think has been your game changer in your career?
The game changer. Wow. Ooh, I have to think about this. Yes, I can name the time when everything shifted was when I was working with Tool, and we were working on rehearsals in rehearsal, and and I was helping them with these records, right? But I wasn't really active as a producer. But it was at these rehearsals when we were rehearsing for a recording that I realized that they needed help making decisions, or they needed someone to be a tiebreaker, or just they needed some direction. And I was sitting there and I had all kinds of opinions, which I would always kind of keep to myself. But now the turning point when I decided that I could help and I'm going to start. And I started telling them things, suggesting things, arrangement, maybe change the arrangement here. This is a song too long, all these things. I started to participate as a producer, and then I felt really uh, uh, I was enlivened. I came to life at that point, I think, and that's when I really became a professional producer.
Oh, great story. And I was wondering about that because I know that you record in non-conventional ways.
Mm.
So when did you decide to like to begin with?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
right from the beginning also.
yeah.
Yeah, of course, like just the idea of, let's see, how do we make a sound that hasn't been recorded before?
Uh huh. Yeah.
What is a sound that people would hear and go, holy cow, what was that? And then, so the Tool record, uh, I was thinking, well, what could we do? What could we do that would be so outrageous, that would be a sound that no one else has captured, and maybe we create it out of nothing. I don't know, but maybe we can do something else with it. And I thought, well, piano. All right, you can get an old piano. Maybe we could destroy a piano. Maybe we could drop it from the top of a building. Is what I really wanted to do. Boy, could you imagine crash, and you record all that crashing
Uh-huh.
and then layer it. So I contacted crane companies in Hollywood to see
Uh-huh.
if I could get the crane to pick up a piano, and then I could drop it. And remember, this is a major label record, so I got a budget. So I actually had a budget to
Uh-huh.
do it, but no crane operator would let me do that. So we got the pianos anyway. There were two Junker pianos, uh, and I had them delivered to the studio. And so instead of lifting and dropping it, we just wired it up, put a bunch of mics on it. I put contact mics on it and SM57s and some room mics, to capture the scene. And then we got a sawed-off shotgun, and that was Danny's,
Wow.
and blasted holes in the front of one of the pianos and recorded that, and took sledgehammers and axes and pickaxes, and those guys did it.
Wow.
I was just recording, but we recorded the whole thing, and then created a piece of music which is called Disgustipated. Disgustipated is at the end of Undertow.
Well, that's pretty amazing.
So yeah,
Because
right from the beginning, I was trying to do things, not only for the production value, but for the promotional value. Honestly, just to get people excited and to get the band excited too. It's like
yeah.
you start throwing out ideas. Well, why don't we try recording in the church, or why don't we try recording in a cave, or on a moving train, or any kind of thing like this. All of a sudden, everyone's wheels start turning and all kinds of ideas come out. It's very good for creativity.
Yeah, we have a piano here. I was thinking about doing the same, but
I know,
not a
maybe
good
not,
idea.
maybe not. No, it was really hard bringing the piano up here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you can take it away in pieces. It's much lighter that way.
That's a point. That's
Oh,
actually a really good point. Yeah, yeah. But please don't. I like the piano.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
have.
people don't let me near their pianos very often,
Well,
or
that's an
their
amazing
drums, or their cymbals.
that's an amazing story. We actually have here just through such a pleasure, Sylvia Massy with us. and he's asking to please tell us something more about the fruits and potatoes as guitar pedals.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Unconventional recording. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, please.
So I discovered just with some friends at a recording session that you can. Well, okay, I'll tell you the whole thing from the beginning, because we were
Sure.
sitting around at dinner and we're laughing about how you can take a potato and make a clock out of it. Somehow it turns into a battery somehow. So I was like, well, if it's a battery, then there's conductivity. So what does a potato sound like if you ran audio through it? Will it work? So the first thing we did, we thought, well, we're going to experiment with this. And instead of just plugging the guitar into the potato, I took the speaker cable that goes from the guitar head to the speaker cabinet. I took that cable and I cut it in half, and I inserted the potato in the wire there. Actually, there's two wires, so it's a positive potato and a negative potato. And then you run a guitar through the amp, through the potatoes into the speaker. And if it's the right kind of amp, it has to be a solid state amp, because the tube amps just blow up. But
Okay.
solid state amp, very powerful amp you'll need, but it'll run audio through there, and you'll hear the potato has a nice high shelf, so it adds a little sparkle. However, the attenuation is so bad that it's just a really low level. So we're thinking, okay, that's a potato. Well, what does other vegetables sound like? Or what does other food sound like? Like, what does a sausage sound like? So we started with the sausage, and it turns out that you run the same audio, from the amp to the speaker through the sausage, and instead of that high shelf, it's flat, but a lot more volume. All right. Well, that's boring. Boring sausage. Okay, so we tried a cheese sausage, and all of a sudden it sounded amazing. Like, all right, what is it with the cheese sausage that's different than a regular sausage? It's the cheese. So,
Oh, okay.
all right,
Yeah.
so now we take cheese and we just run cheese. We run the audio through the cheese. Holy cow, that is the best blues tone.
Oh, wow.
Super good blues tone. And now you take that same circuit, and instead of putting food in there, you take an extension cord and just have it run there. You cut it and run your audio through the extension cord, and now you can plug anything into that extension cord and it'll run audio through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that with light bulbs. Light bulbs, as it turns out, each filament in an incandescent bulb has a different kind of sound. And then you get LEDs, they sound completely different. And then you get the fluorescent bulbs, and wow, that is an amazing fuzz sound that you can't get with any pedal. That's the fuzz. It's the fluorescent light bulb. It's got a great sound. And you can do this with anything. You could put fans in there. You could put blenders in there. You can run audio through anything that you can plug in there. And one of my favorite things is a power drill. So you plug in a power drill and you run audio through your circuit, and the power, you're going to hear the audio go through the electronics of the power drill, and then the power drill will run too. Certain frequencies, the motors start running, and now you've got the audio going through the circuitry as well as spinning with a motor. It's just the craziest sound that you've ever heard. Oh my God, it's so fantastic. But you can just keep going on and on. Pickles, amazing. They light up like a light bulb. It's the sodium. It's got to be the sodium in the food. I think the sodium in the cheese, pickles, sodium, sodium in the light bulbs even. So there's something to it.
I was thinking about all of that because I teach in a university, and Jairo, the ones who ask a question, he teaches you. So I was wondering how interesting would be like do this exercise in the classroom because
Oh my God, yes.
sometimes we only like record like you have to be like 1 inch away from
Yeah.
the
There's no
and this
rules.
is like yeah
Get
like
rid of the
mind
rules. Yeah.
blowing.
Yeah,
That's
especially
great.
now because
Uh-huh.
it's a big challenge today to make sounds that have not been
Hmm.
heard before, or because it's like everybody is just repeating the same thing over and over.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
something different.
original, so original.
Yeah.
Thank you, Silva. It seems like that we have more questions for you. Tell us, David.
Okay.
We do have more questions. Andy Mantilla from Ecuador. When you were mixing System of a Down, what was the first thing that you adjust in order to achieve that powerful and distinctive sound?
Oh, System of a Down was a special recording session because Rick Rubin, who was producing, wanted it to sound live because the band, when they would play live, was nothing like it in the world. It's crazy. So good. So we had to capture the live sound, and we went into a studio called Sound City,
Wow.
and I set up everybody so that they were all playing together. But the speakers were in another room, isolated. But the band was all together playing in the drum room. So the drums and the band, they're all there at the same time. And I like that because it captures that energy of the whole group. Later we did very few overdubs. Rick wanted it to just be live and just in your face. So that's how I built it. And when it came to mixing, and I did a mix on the whole record, but the mixing, I would take the rhythm section with everybody, the guitar, bass, drums, and just tighten it up to just be rock solid with compression, low end EQ, and then set the vocal on top. The vocal was the last thing to go on to the mix with that. I hope that explains a little bit, but most of it was just that live energy. It had to be captured. So it was having everyone standing in the same room. I'll tell you some of the equipment that I used was on a guitar cabinet. I like to have two mics on each guitar cabinet. So there will be a Sennheiser Sennheiser 421 and
MD421, yeah.
Shure SM57 on each cab. And then I blend those two microphones. If I want more beef, I add more 421. If I want more bright, I add more 57. And I do these blends and then combine the two mics to one track through a bus. I think that always sounds much better. I know people like to have one mic, one track.
Yeah.
I would suggest combining the mics. Make sure the phase is good when you're recording initially, and it'll sound so much better. And that's how you get that beefy tone, is by blending mics and then adding that together. So even so, like when recording guitar, I won't just have one amp. I'll have the guitar run into a splitter and run
Yeah.
to two amps and two cabs. And then
Okay.
and then each of those cabs has those two mics. And then I can blend a little bit
All
of
right.
this and a little bit of that. So there'll be very different guitar cabs. I think with the System of a Down, it was Mesa dual rectifier and a Marshall Plexi 100-watt lead head. And those combined, that, and then all those mics combined to one track, and then double it.
Oh, okay.
All right,
In one
so
track,
double it,
in a
double it.
mono one track, okay?
Yeah, everything to one
Yeah.
track,
Oh, that's cool.
and
That's
then
cool.
double it, and then you have multiples, and then it gets really wide.
And do you open it like full left and right,
Mm.
like or
Oftentimes, yes,
oh,
I
okay?
like it, and I learned that from Rick Rubin too, because if you listen to these, let's say Tom Petty records and stuff, He was mixing on a console that was only left, only right, only center, like both buttons. There was no pan pot. This was a very old console. So you learned how to mix with everything on top of each other all the way
Yeah.
out. And boy, those records sound great. And so it's a skill you have to learn how to do it. But the wide, I think the wide is better. However, on the System of a Down record, it was a little different because Rick wanted it to be just raw, right? So we didn't do overdubs for guitar. So in the choruses, it was going to be, I would have preferred that the choruses to get big and do overdubs in the choruses. But he wanted this one, big bashing guitar just throughout the whole record. Well, I finished the mix, and then he changed his mind. He said Rick wanted to have overdubs. He wanted to do the wide thing in the choruses and such. But I had another gig. I couldn't continue with the record, so I didn't get the mix on the final mix on that System of a Down record. That was Dave Sardi got that.
That's amazing. I was thinking like the new audio generations, the people who now are studying,
Yeah.
like they record like straight to the interface and put like an virtual amplifier. But I think that the process and all, talking about all the things that you have said, it's so important, and like gets the people inspired to create, like,
Yeah.
because it's not easy to put 4 microphones and everything. It's what do you think about that? The difference of the in recording, like in a home studio without amps and
Like analog
Well,
and digital.
Julio, yeah, you've hit on something very important. It's could you tell me again?
yeah, like the people now is recording, or they are recording like when
Ah,
with the guitar
yes.
in one line,
I
and
remember now what I was going to say.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's most important to capture the performance. So you don't have to have the best equipment. You don't have to have all the mics. The most important thing is to capture the performance, however you do it, and you can do that with an iPhone. Yeah, one time I was on a session in Prague, in the Czech Republic, in Europe, and I took a interface and a laptop up to 300 feet or 300 steps above. Where was I? I was in the bell tower in the Prague Cathedral, and I climbed up all the way up to the bell tower, and the bells were going to ring at 10 a.m. And I had to have everything set and ready to record at 10 a.m. And the damn rig wouldn't turn on. I don't know what happened. I tried everything. I brought an extra power supply, everything, and there was shore power up there, but nothing would make this thing work. So I wound up recording the bells with my iPhone, and that's what showed up on the record. And you know what? It doesn't matter, as long as I captured that performance. I still won,
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
doesn't matter, like, to get the right microphones or anything. Just capture that recording. If you
yeah,
get time and you can work on the sound, that's great. But the number one thing is to capture that recording.
yeah. The performance. Wow, thank you, Sylvia. Amazing. David, we have more questions for Sylvia. We can't hear you.
You can hear me now. So I
Yeah.
actually see Mao Mix was asking about the piano, so we got that one. Shaki Ships saying, "Hi Sylvia, I love you." And
Aw.
we have, when you were talking about the piano, Mao actually screamed yes on the chat. Uh, and Natalie from Antelope, Sylvia, which artist do you plan to work with this 2026?
I have an artist. She's from Spain. Her name is Ruth Lorenzo, and she won or she was in the finalists for Eurovision. She's a fantastic diva. that just takes over the stage. You know, she's this amazing presence. But she wants to do a rock record. She wants to do a heavy rock record. So I'm starting to work with her now. We're choosing songs. When she's not on tour doing her diva, she works on songs, sends them to me, and we'll collaborate long distance. And then at some point this year, I think in the maybe August, I'll go to England to record Ruth at I think at Real World Studios, which is Peter Gabriel's studio. So we're gonna go out there and do that. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be a great project. And then in July, I'll be in Mumbai, India,
Wow.
with Abbey Road Institute, and
That's cool.
we're doing some workshops
Well,
there. I love it.
You're welcome when you want to come to South America in Colombia, Bogota. You're
Yes,
more
yes,
than
I know.
welcome.
Been talking about it forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, David.
That would be amazing. We have here Helen Cates. Seriously love this. Hi, Julio and Sylvia from Helen and Cates from Leftway Studios in Austin.
Awesome.
Yeah,
We have
cool.
here Juan Burgos. Hi, Sylvia. Greetings from Colombia. It's an honor to hear you. Thank you for inspiring so many of us in the audio world, and special thanks to Julio Monroy from creating these spaces. We have a
Yes.
question from
Thank you.
Jacqueline Tejes. What is your creative process like? And what do you do when you experience a creative block?
Oh, creative blocks. Well, when I get a creative block, I have to take a break. You know, luckily, that doesn't happen very often. I think I have a bunch of creative ideas stuck in my back pocket all the time that I can pull out. But yeah, time to take a break. It's good for the ears anyway. It's good to actually do something else for a little while. Yeah.
What do you do when you take a break? Do you paint or?
Oh,
tell
you
someone
know,
about
that's a good point, because I do paint, and I oftentimes will leave the studio entirely and go and work on graphics or painting in another room. The studio has spaces that I have an art space in the studio too, which is really kind of cool. So yeah, if I need to take a break, then that happens. That's what I'll do. Is I'll
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, but the creativity still flows.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm actually
Beautiful.
showing some of your paintings on the screen right now.
Oh, there they are.
I show
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
studio as
Some
well.
of them are pretty weird. I have one I just did. I don't know if you got it there, but can I show you a painting that I did recently?
Please do.
Sure,
Okay.
sure,
Sorry.
please. Yeah.
Let's wait for her really quick.
Uh-huh.
I'm reading all your questions, so in a minute I'm gonna be sending them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's coming.
This one. This one is
Wow.
pretty funny.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's called Science, and it has George Washington Carver,
Uh-huh.
and then Marie Curie, these scientists, and then they created this creature, I think, Hippopotamus giraffamus or something. I don't know.
That's amazing. Do
That's
you?
beautiful, Sylvia.
That's oil
Huh?
painting, like oil painting.
Oil
or
paint,
oil
yeah,
painting?
oil
That's
paint.
amazing.
Yeah.
David's mom, she paints, right? Your mom,
Yeah,
David.
she
Yeah.
paints in oil and she paints with salt as well. She's like really revolutionary. Yeah, she makes paints, her own
Salt.
paints with salt. Yeah. So we went to a salt mine here in Colombia. It's called Nemocon, and they gave us like a lot of salt to make like this huge gallery thing, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, I have to ask you. You say there's a salt mine?
Yeah, it's a salt.
Yeah.
There are two salt mines here, the Nemocon and Zipaquirá.
Are they accessible for recording?
I think they are. Yeah. Well, we
They're
need to
deep.
ask.
They're
have
but-
deep
to ask.
underground, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
deep
yeah.
underground. Yeah, but yeah, they have done recordings there. Andres Cepeda did a recording there on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Minnesota. So yeah,
they
you can
recorded.
record there.
Yeah, it's
No
accessible.
problem.
Okay, good to know. Good to
Yeah,
know
yeah.
when I come to Colombia.
Let
Yeah,
us know.
let's go to record. Yeah,
We have
that's great.
we have here always love hearing how you did the Tool album and how that came together. Your work is so inspiring. So I guess we all need to hear now the Tool story.
Oh, I have a Tool story.
Okay.
Can I tell you a Tool story?
Sure.
Please.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. Oh, I wish I had my prop. Okay, I'll tell you a Tool story. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, so we're mixing the Tool record, and we're working at a studio called American. It was Ray Parker Jr.'s studio, and I was not the mixer on Undertow. Ron St. Germain mixed it, and he's quite a funny fellow. And we were all in the room with him. He was mixing up in the console in the front, and we were sitting in the back of the room waiting for him to get something done so we could listen to it and make comments and such. So, so at one point, we're getting bored because we didn't really need to be there, but we just were goofing off. And so I would get little pieces of tape, like board tape, like a little white piece of tape, and I would write, "I'm a dork" on it. And then I would come up to like a band member, like, "Adam, how you doing, buddy?" And I'd, put my hand on his back, and then this sticker would stick on his back, and he'd be walking around with "I'm a dork" all day. So I got all of them. I'm a dumb shit, I'm a dork, and all of them were walking around with these things on their backs all day, and they were so pissed at me. So later on in the day, I decided I was going to take my car and go to the store. And I went out to the parking lot, and it was a very small parking lot at the studio, and someone had parked their car right behind me. So I got in their car, because it was a stick. I just put it in neutral and pushed their car out of the way, backed it up like this. And as I backed it up, I could see on my back bumper, someone had put a bumper sticker on my back bumper that said, "I heart cock." It says, "I love cock." And I'd been driving around with that on my car for weeks. And so I would be on the freeway, and I was wondering, like, why are people honking at me all the time, waving at me and honking? 2 weeks I was driving with this sticker. Anyway, so they got me good. They got me back. That's one Tool story.
Hey, ding, ding, hey.
I like that one.
That's amazing.
You have a lot of stories.
Oh, they keep going. Yeah, they're boy.
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
amazing. We have more Tool fans here. Batuque Punk Rock is sending Tool.
Oh, cool. Pascal.
Beautiful console, Nif. We have here from Juan
Yes.
Burgos.
Yes.
And the Mantilla from Ecuador is telling us, thank you very much for letting us know about the System of a Down, how you recorded System of a Down.
Yeah.
And he actually had a question, I cannot find it, but it was basically, do you think that producers need to be present in the studio recording in order to produce, or they can actually produce now with the technology being apart from the studio?
Well, what a good question that is.
Yeah.
I think, as far as my experience with producers in the studio as an engineer, I feel like you want to be there pretty much all the time. But Rick Rubin and Prince both showed me how to run sessions, multiple sessions, without being in the room, in every room all the time. And there's a very good reason to do it that way. And I found when Rick Rubin would come in to listen to what we'd been working on, he would say simple things that were so on target because he was listening fresh. He always had a fresh perspective, and he could say, "You know what, going into the bridge, you need to redo the drum solo there, or you need to rewrite a part for this part." He could tell right away what it needed. because he was not in the room the whole time. So I think that that is a very smart thing to do. So I learned how to do that in a way where when I had a studio in Northern California called Radio Star in a town called Weed, I was able to have 5 studios in this little town, and I would have a project in each studio, and in different stages of completion. So the initial tracking would be in the big theater, and then I would move them to Studio B, and then I would move them to Studio C, and then we would mix in the mix room, so that, like, and then everyone would move. Like, then I had a team of great engineers who were also producers, so we were able to do that. So I have mixed feelings about the question, is it important for the producer to be in the room? Because for a lot, I think yes. At least for the initial everything, yes. I think for the vocals, I think a lot of it, yes. But I learned a lot from Rick Rubin on how you don't have to be in the room all the time, and having fresh ears, it might be more important to have fresh ears and not be in the room.
That's very important. I think that in these days, well, you can work in different ways, but for me, I prefer to be there. Like, for me, it's so inspiring, and and having a good time. Not only
I know,
like
it's so
send the
fun.
send the file, and that's all. No, like being here is it's all the like the meaning of the production, and only the song, but all the good
Just
times
getting
with
into
friends.
all the
Yeah.
minutia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
David.
here Jess Reels, the legend herself. He's telling us, and fantastic to have 5 studios as Juan Burgos. Yeah, I think that's really important. I mean, we are humans creating art for humans as well, and we create for other people. An artist actually gives his life to other people, no? To send a message or to entertain. So yeah, the physical part, I think it's really, really important to get in touch and see how the people, the artist moves and how they communicate. I think that's really important, because that's a huge part of the process.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we're about to lose a lot of that, though, it seems. But luckily, music is still played by humans, and people want to see humans play
Yeah.
music, I think.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
we'll get through this.
I prefer to hear humans playing music instead.
Yeah.
AI, and it's so weird. And
Yeah.
talking about that, what do you think about the music made by AI?
Well, a lot of it is very good. A lot of it is very entertaining. I don't know how people will have a success with an independent project as well.
Yeah,
So many questions yet.
Yeah, well, it's actually non-existent, the success right now, because they are making the law to not be able to register anything made by AI. So if you want to make money with music, you are not going to be able to use AI completely, though. But I think it's cool because, for example, this great band called Engine de Potrin came out, which is microtonal rock band, and they're becoming super viral, and that's like an amazing answer to AI music. And
Tell me the name again.
Engine de Potrin. It's like from Quebec. I don't really know how to speak French. Yeah,
Okay.
my last name is French,
Engine.
but that was long lost in the family, so I don't know.
Colombian French.
Colombian French, yeah.
But I'll
Engine de
remember
Potrin,
Engine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good,
I
and
can
they
send
wear
it to you.
masks, and I think you're gonna love that band. It's really good.
Is this a 2-piece?
Yeah,
I think I know this band.
yeah, and they're becoming super
Really?
popular right now. Like, it's
I
insane.
think I love this band. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, really cool, and they use microtones, so I think that's a really human response for AI. And now Melodyne and all the softwares are actually gonna have to add a microtone interface, because a lot of people are now using microtones to do their music, because AI cannot do that still. Like, give them a couple weeks, but
Not yet.
not yet.
Yeah.
Like, not today.
It's an interesting time.
Yeah, really interesting time.
Hey, Sylvia, I was wondering, do you have a microphone behind you, right?
I probably do. Yes.
You have a lot of microphones. Yes,
Yes.
tell us more about that, please.
Oh, my husband and I, Chris, bought a museum in 2019. It's a microphone museum. And so we went from having 500 microphones in the studio, which was I thought was a good amount, to 3,500 mics. We have 3,500 mics, something like that. And I'll grab the camera and show you around the room so you can see. I think you have some photos too, but let me just see if I could give you a
Oh,
little
thank
tour
you.
here. Yeah, see, here's some of the microphones.
Wow,
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
that's amazing, huh?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, let's see. Over here we got some more
Wow.
of this gear. There's a bunch of mics over there in the other room. And let's see, where else can I show you? Da, 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 da. Oh, there's more mics over there. Yeah, yeah.
How
Anyway,
many mics do you have? Like, oh,
3,500. Yeah, so
that's
we're
amazing.
writing a book. We wrote a book
Uh-huh.
called The Great Vintage Microphone Book, and it'll be coming out on Bloomsbury, um, Bloomsbury Publishing this year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Amazing.
it's a great book. It's a
Amazing.
great book. And
Uh,
it features a lot of the microphones from the collection.
we can find the book on Amazon, right?
It's not out yet. I think in August it'll be
Ah,
out. The
okay.
Great Vintage Microphone Book.
Okay,
Oh,
so I
that's
have the
amazing.
cover
Yes,
on the screen. If you want
yes.
to take a
Thank you.
screenshot of that and look for it on August, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Here are some of the
You
pictures as
have
well.
There's some more. Yeah, there's some
uh-huh.
more mics. Yeah, we have mics from we have some very old mics. Can I show you the oldest mic? Do we have time?
Please,
Please.
Okay,
please,
I'm gonna
please,
run over. I'll just run over and get it.
please, please, please. Wow, that's amazing. A lot of microphones, huh, David?
That's a lot of microphones. Yeah, people are now making fun of my French on the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Burgos.
Yeah, what is Burgos saying?
All
Okay,
right,
now it's
I want to
English.
show you
Yeah,
this
please.
microphone. You can see it. That is a microphone,
Oh my god.
and it's from 1878.
Wow.
1878. Here's the inside of it. Let me see if
Uh-huh.
I can move that to where you can see it. How can you see it?
To the
There,
left,
there,
yeah.
there.
Yeah, and see that right there is the carbon pencil, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
loose contact carbon. So all it is there's a wire that comes off of here, a wire comes off of here, connects to a battery, and then connects to a little earpiece, and then comes back around, and then you listen. You can listen to your voice, bah, 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 right? It just vibrates that carbon in between when it hears your voice, and it works. 1878. I used it on a punk rock record, and raw. It was great.
Oh, that's amazing. I remember that a few months ago, I went to, United Recording in
Yes, in
Sunset Boulevard.
LA. Sure.
Yeah, and they have like the Les Paul console and everything, and
Mm,
then I saw the late, and
the
it was
late.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing all the history. And now we think, or maybe we are not aware of the new audio generations of how audio works, and that it's like magic, but it has a process, the history of audio. It's amazing, and I love the microphone that you have there. Where did you
Amazing.
find that microphone, huh?
Oh, that was part of the museum. That was part of that. Yeah, it's
Wow.
built by David Edward Hughes, and it was
Hmm.
a yeah. This is a very early design. I think the oldest mic is 1876, which was Alexander Graham Bell, and
Wow.
but this one, yeah,
That's
1878.
amazing. That's
Amazing.
amazing.
150 years old. Wow.
My god, that's
Wow.
old. And how
Mm.
does that sound? I want to know which
Mm.
Oh,
record do
it
you
sounds
did.
terrible.
Okay,
It sounds terrible.
I thought. I thought.
It sounds bad, but it still works. So
No, that's great. That's great. And well, it's part of the history. For example, we actually connected the studio with Les Paul and sent the song to the Late, and it was
Yeah.
recorded to the Mono Late.
you
And
did.
yeah, with
Yeah,
Audio
that's
Movers, we
amazing.
directly sent the song, and it was actually one of mine, so I was really happy about it. and the sound that it gives, it feels historic. I mean, it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
every
Oh, it had to
every
have
era, every
such
era has
has a
like a
sound.
sound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we have here Francisco Escobar Iron Ear saying, "Wow, super rare microphone. Remember me to the pinhole camera." Yeah, it looks kind of like a
Ah,
camera.
yes, very much like that. Yes.
And Juan Burgos is asking, which is your favorite microphone?
Oh, I have to go grab it. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Let's go. Come on. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing.
Don't worry. Burgos is actually saying, "Ha ha ha! I love Sicard." Yeah, after
I love Sicar.
he made
we
fun
love
of my
Sicar.
French.
We love
That's amazing.
David
We're actually
Sicar.
running out of time. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Don't
here.
worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Here it is. Okay. So this is a RCA KU3A ribbon mic from the 50s. And this is an amazing vocal mic that I use today. It is incredible. It's from the 50s. This is from the 50s. It's original American mic. Anyway, that is my favorite mic.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, your favorite mic from all the 3,000.
All of them. All the
Yeah.
Germans and everything. I got all those Germans and C24s and U47s and all that.
Oh,
I still
that's
like
amazing.
that one. I still like that KU3A.
Yeah, well, we are running out of time, but we have a few more questions for you. I hope you have a little few minutes for us, Sylvia. Yeah, but before that, David is going to tell us more about the Pan American Audio Educators Conference. David.
Okay.
Yes, so remember the 18th and 20th of April, the Pan American Audio Educators Conference is going to take place, and it's going to be at the same time and part of Soundcheck Expo. So if you are an educator, you might not want to lose this super event. Yeah, you're gonna be able to talk about curriculum, you're gonna be able to talk with brands, you're gonna be able to talk with influential people of the industry as well. So it's an amazing event. It's actually this week, and well, we hope to see you all there. And it's run currently with Soundcheck Expo as well, which is an amazing event about technology, of music, light shows, well, everything. So remember, Mexico City, and it's happening really, really, really soon. Also, remember, this episode is actually gonna be a podcast as well, so you can connect on the podcast platform that you prefer, and you're gonna be able to listen to this and all the past episodes as well. Really simple, just look for Produciendo con Julio Monroy, and you will find this episode there again. So that's all for the commercials.
Thank you, David. You were going to say something when we talk about Mexico, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I've been to the sound check.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
When was your last?
Oh,
time?
it's been since before COVID, but I loved it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Are you coming this year?
No travel this year. I have a mother. My mother, she's 94, and I'm going to stay in town.
Yeah.
For her.
Well,
That's amazing.
yeah. I understand. Oh, Sylvia, and have you been in Latin America, maybe?
Yes, I've been to Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's so far from
But
Colombia.
but not Brazil, and not so many places I need to go to. Chile. It's like, oh my God. Ecuador, Peru, Colombia.
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 Oh, cool. Yeah. Hey, David is telling me that we have some more pictures. So
Yeah, I have some
show.
pictures I took from your webpage.
Oh, good.
So I have here some pictures about our recordings, 2 recordings, and one with Hawkins, the Foo Fighters drummer. So
Taylor Hawkins. Yeah.
Yeah.
if you can tell us a
Too
little bit
bad
more
about
about
you.
this, yeah.
Yeah, it's very sad. Well, the photo on the right is at a underground station in London, and we got access to one of the stations that was abandoned, and went down there to record. Boy, what a cool space that was for recording! And you can hear the whole city above, just kind of, very exciting. but the photo on the top left there, Taylor Hawkins, I did a session with him at East West in Los Angeles, and I'd been working with him on his solo music, which is fantastic. And we recorded a song together, and then it wasn't too long after that that he died, unfortunately. But that particular photo, you can see he's wearing a watch, and that's because it was a spy watch. It has a built-in microphone, secret built-in microphone, and this was from the Cold War era in the 50s. And so I recorded him playing drums through that microphone on his wrist, just for fun. It sounded pretty good.
That's
No,
amazing. That's
didn't.
amazing. Foo Fighters is actually one of the reasons why I got into music on the first place. So it was really
yeah, Foo
really cool
Fighters.
to see that picture on your webpage. That's amazing.
Yeah, they were here in Colombia when
Yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Taylor was in Colombia. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What do we have more, David?
Well, and the lower left picture. Can you tell us a little bit more about that picture?
What is that one? Oh, that's in the studio with Johnny Cash. That was with Rick Rubin, and you can see me standing there with the plaid shirt. I'm setting up mics. The man sitting on the ground in front is actually Carl Perkins, who is a friend of Johnny's who came by to visit and play. And on the right side of that photo, you can see Tom Petty stepping out of the picture. When I did this record with Rick Rubin, he called me up and he says, I'm going to be recording Johnny Cash. And, he asked if I would engineer, and of course I'm going to do that. But it was the backing band was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers for this record. So every day was an amazing day. I'd turn my head around and there was, Flea and all these important people all in the room all the time. So it was a very, very special record, and I thought it came out great too. But that's where that photo came from, Sound City.
Very cool. Well, Sylvia, we have run out of time, but I have the last question for you. Remember,
All right.
there were only two mandatory questions.
Okay.
And the last question is this world that it has now AI, a lot of people studying music production, what would be your advice for the new students who wants to begin in this audio music industry?
I say this is an opportunity for you to really learn and to create and to be a pioneer, because this is brand new technology. I suggest that everybody learn how to code or to learn how to prompt the AI to make it work for you. Just keep on it. And I think that it will be an amazing tool for us. As an artist, AI, holy cow. I do these drawings where I do these intricate little faces. Takes weeks to do this stuff. Now I can take a section and I can copy it across and I can detail each thing so quickly, and it'll do it for me, a lot of this. I think that there's ways that we can use AI in music in the same way that will cut time, cut waste, cut costs, and be brilliant, but be personal at the same time. We have to figure out how to keep the humanity in the music, and that's the biggest challenge right now.
That's great. So a great advice is like learn how to prompt. I think that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, Sylvia, thank you for this hour with us. It has been a huge honor for us to have you here, and thank you for showing us your microphones and your paintings. That's amazing, and I hope that we can see in the future.
Well, thanks, Julio. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. It was amazing. And David Sicar, thank you for your great performance in the concert.
Yes, thank
you. It
you.
was a huge honor. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for taking the time. I think this episode is amazing. I love listening to your stories. You should tell your stories a lot more on the web. That would be amazing. That would be
Yeah.
Here you go.
fantastic. And also, you have a store on your webpage, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
what do you sell on your
I
webpage?
have art. I have T-shirts. I have old audio equipment, a lot of old audio equipment, some microphones for sale, posters and T-shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look at.
That's amazing.
Right.
That's amazing. So you actually, I'm gonna change to yours. People can actually see the webpage down there on the right, shop.sylviamassy.com. So that's
Thank you.
where you should go. And it's an amazing webpage. You should definitely go and check it out. And well, thank you a lot for taking the time to do this with us. And Julio, thank you always for creating these amazing spaces. And are we gonna be on the show next week?
We're going to be in Mexico. Tomorrow we're going to fly from Bogota to Mexico City. So we're going to, be in a live stream, different live stream, like showing all the sound check and the likes and the stands, So, well, if you can watch us next week, Sylvia, you're going to remind the sound check because you were there.
If you can go to Mexico, then we'll take you to Mexico through Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely don't want to miss that one out. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna be walking around as not showing the whole expo, of course, because you've gotta be there. So if you haven't bought your tickets and you're in Mexico, you can travel to Mexico, go to the Soundcheck Expo, and be sure to meet with us as well there, and we will have a live stream. So, well, thank you a lot to all the people that connected. Thank you, Julio. Thank you, Sylvia, and see you next time.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.